Hello and welcome to another video. In this one we're going to be looking at puppet theatre tips again, and in the past I did a video using PVC with joints like this, but I had a comment from someone that in their country they couldn't get hold of the joints. They could get the pipe but not the joints, and they were wondering if there was any alternative. So I came up with an alternative, and that's to make some wooden ones that will go on the inside of the pipe rather than the outside. So you can make T-joints and ankle joints. So let's make those. Now what we're going to need is some wood to make it out of. I have tried it with just normal wood, but I'm finding that plywood does a little bit better. And you want it as thick as the pipe is, and then we're going to cut it like this. If you don't have it the same thickness, well, we'll try gluing several pieces together with some glue to get that thickness, and then we're going to cut either your L or your T joint like that, basically to the very maximum outside dimensions. So the pipe is about 22 millimeters wide, so we're going to draw 22 millimeters and cut that out. Now on the top edge we want to cut off all of the corners until it's a hexagonal. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pipe and find a piece of metal like this washer here that has a hole, or cut a hole that's the same size as I want, or just slightly smaller, because we're going to make a tool now. And we're going to put that onto a piece of wood like this, sort of a little bit deepish. Then make a couple of holes here and screw it onto the wood. Now we want a hole straight down the middle of that, the same size as that hole there. If you've got a drill bit that will do that, then great. But then you probably won't have to make this because you'll have heaps of money. But if you don't, like I don't, we're going to drill a series of holes around there to drill that hole through there as straight through there as possible. And then you can use a rasp or a saw or something to just ream that hole out. And you want that hole to be reasonably straight, because this determines how straight the cutting is. The next step is, with a saw blade, is to make some cuts to make some little teeth. And then with a triangular saw file, make those into little teeth. So you're going to end up with this, more or less. Now on the top of this part here, you just want to take the edge off that so it's going to fit. That is going to fit on top of there to get it started. Now putting a little bit of pressure on that, you want to then just turn it back and forth, and those teeth will start to grind it down into a cylinder. And that will continue grinding that down. You can help trim that off, will actually make it a little bit quicker and easier, but it gets the cylinder going until you have your little pole. Now it's better to make that hole in the thing a little bit smaller, and so it's a little bit looser, because now that you've got that basically worked out, you can use a round file and open that circle more. It's easier to open that, and that will make that thicker and a tighter fit in the pipe. Now that we've got the tool working, a quicker way to work the object is to then put that on top there, and with a pencil draw a circle on the inside of that, so you've got more of a guide on what you're going to cut, so that now with your saw you're going to be a little bit more precise when you're cutting, so that you can reduce the amount of material that you have to grind off. So that will go quite a bit quicker now, and with not quite so much pressure. It'll go down quite quickly. Now, if you want to do the elastic and string things so that you can pull things together and apart and have them back together again, this is what you can do. You can drill a hole that a piece of string is going to go through on the end there. Now, with a knife, you cut a V from the hole back that way on both sides. The V is so that the string, when you tie it through there, is not going to get squashed by the pipe. So you're going to tie a string through there, knot it, then down to a loop of elastic, and then another string that gives you your elasticity, and the other end feed right through the pipe so that it comes out the other end, then feed it through that hole, put the other end in, and then pull that to tension it a little bit, pull it out, pull it in, so it's going to go in there tightly, and then tie it off, so that now it will come apart and you can double up the things and put it away, and it will always find its position properly. So there are your joints. Now, I have been experimenting with making them out of wood and not ply. The trick is that when you're making them, they tend to fracture through the grain here, nice and long stick here, so when you attach this one. What I've tried is drilling a hole through here and then nailing a nail right through here, and that tends to give it a bit more strength. Or in this case, I came from the top, a bigger hole here, and then so the nail down to about here, so the nail is in here, giving it some more strength. So I'm going to make a bigger one with this one, but I haven't really tried it in the field to see how strong that's going to be and whether it will resist the pressures of the pipe in the workplace. So I've yet to try all that, but there's a possibility. So there we have an alternative to the PVC pipe joiners by doing them in wood. So have fun with it. Hope it works for you.